Broadcast Amsterdam.
So in the final year of primary school here, they're called Group 8 kids, the achte groepers. Right about now is when they all start to look at secondary schools.
Right, yeah.
And in normal times, there would be about a month. So basically you would kind of block off your diary. The parents of Group 8 kids would block off their diaries for about a month, starting kind of mid to mid-January to mid-February. Because all the secondary schools in the Netherlands basically open their doors and they present open days. So I've done it twice before.
Right.
With my older kids, my teenagers. Basically you have to put 12 schools on your list.
12?
You have this famous list that you have to fill out.
Yes.
And submit it sometime in March to your top school, your number one school. But you have to list out your top 12 schools. So everybody then basically has to visit at least 12 schools,
That's
usually
so
15.
many.
I have a friend of mine at the moment, she's going to visit 20 schools.
But how? I mean, actually able physically to go visit the schools?
Yeah, well, that's what people were doing. But the problem is this year, because of the virus, basically all of the open days are now online.
Right.
So it's a completely different animal now at the moment. So schools are having to be very inventive and creative. And the open days are going to be online, and also they're making lots of schools are making kind of little filmpjes, like little videos, and they're posting them on their website, and you can literally click on the website and you can have a look at videos that are made by the different teachers, the different subject teachers, talking about their maths, their wiskunde, talking about their chemistry, talking about their English class, their Dutch class, whatever. And then you have students making little videos and walking around the school and showing you the school, and like lovely little creative things going on. And so that's all online, but also some schools are allowing only the children, because usually the parents accompany the kids to the actual school physically to take a look. But this year they're only opening the doors to the Group 8 children. So basically now the parents will have to rock up to the school, drop the kid off, and come back when the tour is over. And so some schools are doing it for half an hour. So one that we're going to next weekend it's literally a half an hour tour. So we'll drop my daughter at the school. Yeah. And that's actually where my sons go. So luckily she's been there before a few times. But that's just like a half an hour. I mean, I don't know what she's going to see, but she's going to be like, ran around the school for half an hour and kicked out onto the side street half an hour later. But so it's going to be an individual tour, so that'd be kind of nice. She'll be with a student who will talk to her and bring her around. And then there's another school that we're going to, and they're doing a 3-hour option, which is going to include also a little show of their theatre class is going to put on a little show. Oh, wow. Because that's what they do every year anyway. Yeah. This is Barleas Gymnasium, and we've been there before with my other kids, but they're also going to do offer lesjesmiddag, which is basically little mini lessons. So you can sit in on a mini lesson with a teacher. Yeah, so you can sit in for your Latin class for 20 minutes or your chemistry class for 20 minutes and see what you think of that.
So you really get a flavour.
So different schools are presenting different options, which I find very interesting, and they're doing it in different ways. And our school then, for example, my boys' school, what you can do is you can make a video meeting with the rector or with the conrector or one of the teachers. You can pick somebody and have a one-to-one discussion. So that's how they're doing it. They're half an hour and then they're one-to-one online with the parent.
Okay. And how do you feel, have you watched your school's video, and how do you feel that it's a decent reflection of what the school is actually like? Our
school renovated last year. It's been because they had a fire a couple of years ago and it was also due for renovation. So they renovated the whole place. So, you can kind of see how lovely it is now through the videos.
That's challenging, isn't it, to get that across?
Yeah. I suppose some teachers are probably maybe not as comfortable, maybe online as well, or being videoed by
It's not what they're going to the teaching profession for, is it?
Yeah. I guess maybe they're a bit more comfortable now because they're doing all their lessons online. Yeah, so this is just the start of it. So last night, my daughter and I, we sat down and we looked at some videos from a different school, because it's very hard to kind of think about, I suppose, moving on. You've been in your primary school for 8 years, and then you're thinking about moving on to big school, and it can be hard to maybe kind of visualize that and think about leaving your primary school and your friends. Now they're talking about it a bit in their class now with each other, and hoping they might see each other at the little mini open days that some of them can go to. So it's nice. It's always a little process when they get to the end, when they're 11, 12, thinking about next steps. And also, we don't have her, you have to wait also for the final advice from the teacher, which comes at the end of January. So in the meantime, you have to start your visiting and looking at your schools, but you don't know for sure what the final advice will be. But in the end, you'll probably only need to look at maybe 12.
There's still a lot.
It is still a lot. It's incredible. And that's what I mean. Normally you would have no social life for that month. Normal times, like the parents, and every Saturday morning, every Friday evening, every Wednesday afternoon, you're bringing your child to the open day or the Leisure or whatever it is. But now nobody has a social life anyway, I guess. And we're just doing it all online.
Oh, well.
It's something to be doing.
Yes, I suppose that's true, because it's something to give you a day structure. But gosh, I wish you and your daughter well with that. It's quite, and anyone else out there who is undergoing this process right now. Yeah, sounds pretty challenging.
Well, I can update more next week, because we'll have seen a few more. And the other thing I wanted to say very quickly was that on MPO they're showing a documentary series. It's called Klassen. Klassen. Basically, they've interviewed children from, I think, Amsterdam Noord, and talking about their school choices and why they're making choices, and what might maybe limit the advice that they're getting from their teacher, for example. Yeah. So I'm going to have a look at that documentary series this week, and I can report back next week about it. Really topical at the moment, and it's in some Dutch newspapers. There's opinions about it and talking about it. So it's
very good. Now. So if you've got thoughts on this particular subject and or questions that we could answer next week on that, then do get in touch with us. If you go to the homepage of Broadcast Amsterdam, and you can just leave a message there. Right, there we have it. That was my co-presenter Margaret giving us the inside track on what is happening in schools, the particular stage that many children are at the moment, looking for secondary schools and how they're going about that under the current restrictions.
Broadcast Amsterdam. Broadcast Amsterdam, your local radio station, 24/7 and on demand. Or on broadcastamsterdam.nl.